Let's talk water. The Australian newspaper is reporting Premier Perrottet in New South Wales has withdrawn support for two major water projects, the construction of the Mole River Dam in the state's north and the raising of the Wyangala Dam wall in the Lachlan Valley. For her reaction, let's bring in the member for Murray, the Shooters and Fishers, Helen Dalton. She joins me now from Griffith in New South Wales. Right. Absolutely in the middle of it all there, aren't you, Helen? Last week, Melinda Pavey said that the Murray-Darling Basin Plan isn't worth the paper it's written on. Now the New South Wales government is pulling out of these two projects, joint projects, of course, with the Commonwealth. You know this issue inside out. Good call or bad call?
Look, I think it's a great call that the New South Wales government are pulling out of this plan because there was really no business case around this, a lot of secrecy, and even Melinda Pavey hadn't bothered to go out and speak to the farmers out in my region, which were really going to be impacted by this dam extension.
How do we get to a point, though, where we get a dam extension, you know, through a cabinet process and a public service process? There was $2 billion, I'm told, was on the table in terms of cost. How do we get that far down the track and the farmers don't know what's going on? They're not likely to support it. Then it gets pulled. And, of course, we still don't have water storages.
No, we don't. And we certainly are not opposed to water storages in the right place. But this was a bad idea. And even Dom Perrottet didn't have any knowledge of this business case, so he obviously wasn't going to sign up to something that was not going to work. And really, for $2 billion, what they were going to achieve were about 21,000 megalitres or 21 gigalitres, which was something like $100,000 a meg. And as an irrigator, that is the most expensive water in the world. So it just didn't stack up.
What would you rather than spend the money on then?
Look, what we're calling for from the New South Wales government particularly is transparency with water and proper water management. Their water credentials have been absolutely terrible over the years. I mean, we've seen the fish kill, we've seen the lack of consultation right through the area, and even that article in the Daily Telegraph a fortnight ago where Melinda Pavey basically said we've stuffed up. And she has. I think that's a reset. And now we hear about dropping the dams project. I think she's got to get back to tours, start really genuinely consulting with people, and really she's supposed to service the needs of rural New South Wales and water management, well, really right across. And she hasn't really done that at all.
Are there any projects, I'll get to this issue of the water register in a minute, but are there any projects right now, considering the fact that there's $2 billion on the table for water, that you say they've got to progress?
They have. Look, I think they could explore it, at least do a business case around the Burrinjuck Dam wall, putting it downstream. I mean, there are a lot of options on the table, but they need to open their minds and really consult with people. There are lots of clever people around water, and they often contact my office and say, why aren't they doing that? Or this project wasn't totally accounted for back years ago. Why isn't this on the table now that we're looking at, trying to expand or cater for increased food and population needs?
All right, I don't want to run out of time. I've only got 30 seconds or so, but the water register, you want transparency and who owns what. You haven't got it. Are they going to pass your bill through the parliament?
Look, we'll introduce it again. It's really needed. All the farmers out here want it. And, of course, when we've got foreign ownership of water and doesn't seem to be any accountability or any scrutiny over that, this is a problem for us because water, our most scarce resource, it's an input into our business.
Is gold.
Really, it's for farming, and we need to look after it. Thank you.
Spot on, Helen. Thank you. Thank you. We'll come back and talk about that issue another time.